Well, that was a mistake. So in today's video, I'm going to be telling you a confession. I made a mistake involving my Woodland Mills HM130 Max. Hopefully this is going to prevent you from making the same mistake I made. So for those unfamiliar with the channel, my name's Case. I have a lot of sawmilling videos with my Woodland Mills HM130 Max. It's been a great mill. So the thing that I did actually isn't something I did. It's something I didn't do that caused what happened. And we're going to find out what it is. So let me give you a clue. It was in the winter time and it happened after a really cold day. Those of you familiar with milling probably already guessed what it might be, but for those who didn't, all right, what stupid thing could I have done? Those of you familiar with these mills are gonna probably know right off. The thing I did or didn't do is I did not drain the water out of the lubrication tank or add windshield washer fluid to keep it from freezing. So the seam popped. You guys can see that. So I probably could contact Woodland Mills. They probably would even maybe send me a new lubrication tank, maybe even free of charge, but I kind of would feel bad asking because it's my fault, my own stupidity. So the point of a lubrication tank is to provide lubrication through this little tube to the blade to help cut through the logs, reduces friction, makes it easier cuts. So I've seen a lot of people try to say you can use diesel. I think that's kind of an older sawmiller thing. I don't think a lot of the newer sawmillers are using that, probably because of the price of diesel, but also it just doesn't seem like a great idea to me if you end up leaking diesel all over your pad or all over your wood. So an alternative a lot of people will use is water. Some people will add soap to the water, some people will add windshield washer fluid, mainly for the reason when you cut in the winter time, your water doesn't freeze, which is exactly what happened to me. So we had a couple of real cold days and that's all it took because that tank just popped apart. You know, I bought this mill in July. Here we are in May. It's 10 months later, and I mostly used it in the warmer months, the summer and the fall of 2022. So I kind of wasn't even thinking about it. Got a couple real cold days in the winter time, and that's all it took, one cold day. And the tank seam split apart. The water split. The water froze and split the tank. So in today's video, we're going to be fixing it up and getting it back in action. Tell you what, if you guys that don't have a set of these ratcheting wrenches yet, you're missing out. Move along. Well, I think that's gonna about do it for today's video. No leaks, so that's good. So for anyone curious, that epoxy I used was $7. So for a $7 repair, because I actually had the aluminum foil tape already, I've had that roll of aluminum tape, I swear, for like 12 to 15 years. I just keep using it, and it's so thin that it never ends. It's a long roll, but so for $7, I don't think that was bad. I think it looks decent. I think the right way to do this would have been to TIG weld it, but I don't have a TIG welder. I don't really know anyone too close by that has one. I suppose I probably could have found someone, but by the time you pay them, probably would have almost been as cheap just to get a whole new tank. So, and it's really pretty thin metal, so not too many people with TIG welders are gonna be that efficient and sufficient in welding something like that. So there's a good chance you'd still end up with leaks. You'd still have to put epoxy or caulking or silicone sealant or something on it, even after TIG welding it possibly, depending on how good of a job they did. Because this is a waterproof tank, so it can't just be welded for structural, it's also gonna be waterproof. So I think this is about as easy of a repair as I could have done. Pretty happy with how it came out, and hopefully it saves you guys from popping your lubrication tanks. See you next time.